I'm a returning player to this game. I've seen some news on War Commander that seems really interesting to me, and they have this new event that I haven't gotten the chance to check out, but I've claimed, as you can see, the XP, and also was able to get some of the newer items that they gave out for free. And so I'm just going to give the event a try. I, I don't remember where I left off. I know I tried to get one of the more recent Corpus units since I played Corpus only, and I want to see what this new event is about, and if it's enough to bring back players like me. And so, let's give it a shot. I actually have to make a team now. What is all this? Alright. I'm not gonna bother with all that. I'm tossing together random units. Because, holy cow, I don't know what I'm looking at. None of this makes sense to me. We're gonna toss together random things and just hope they work. That's how that works, right? Toss together something. Maybe it works out, maybe it doesn't work out. Maybe you still have some repair time left by the time you're done with all the platoons. Man, I do not have anything at all. Might be in storage collecting dust. Let's just toss in some random infantry units. Maybe something older that probably won't survive based on their HP. See what air units I got. Might as well have said nothing, because I don't think any of these things are gonna live. Some with no tech, I'm not gonna bother with that. I'm not gonna read what I got on there. Toss random things together, hope it works. What is all this? Wait, I can view base weaknesses from here? Custom damage buff for featured units, Z77s. I think I got some of those. Don't have these two, I got one of those. Or 10 of those, 11. 16 times damage output. Armor, light armor, vehicle, unique, equinox. I think I got something with that. Okay, so I got a bunch of those things. Okay, maybe. Alright, this one I know is dead already, so I'm sending that back. We're going into this blind. I'm pretty sure from what I last read. Oh man. Let's see if I got this. Well, from what I last remember, that's new. Not so new, but it's an older mechanic that's not often used. These things don't do damage. Oh boy. Boy, oh boy. These things do no damage. Oh yeah, no damage. But we'll roll with it, because maybe it's a fluke. Maybe I just didn't use... I don't know. Maybe I didn't use them correctly. We got light vehicle, no, light armor, vehicle, which gives us 5 times the damage output. These things have unknown damage, because I don't know. I did not pay attention to how much damage they do. All I know is that they're outdated. Okay, they actually do noticeable damage, which is actually a surprise. Usually you don't see these things doing damage. Wait, and they're actually not taking that much damage either. Wait, this event might actually be goated. Or so I thought. They're still paper. However, they can actually do damage. Okay, maybe I should stop eating these. Okay, so what was the other thing? Vehicle, can't use air. Light armor, maybe can use air. Unique, 5 times damage output. I don't know unique that has. Light armor has an air unit. Let's try. I don't have my Z77s. I thought I brought my Z70s. You know what? Zeus. It's a unique. Light armor. Forgot the other trait. Why can't I remember the other trait? Unique light armor. Doesn't matter anymore. These enemies are actually taking a beating. So not much has actually changed from these enemies from what I've noticed. Unless there's something that I'm missing. Because I briefly read the descriptions, but I didn't really actually see what the changes were. But it doesn't seem like it's a big enough difference to hinder me. And even though I've taken quite a few damage, it's actually viable if you're actually not getting hits, which is possible to do. Because even though your health gets shredded if you get touched, if you're actually able to play distance and keep that range, you can actually kill the enemies with older units. So I want to give it a try. If I brought out, well, I want to see if I can bring out stuff that are much older and hopefully not get them decimated in 2 seconds. Whoa, forgot about that one. Okay, that one just flat out dies. And I remember they added a whole lot more changes from when I last played. They added like weakness types. And that's something I need to look up into because odds are I'm not using the right weakness types against the right things. And it could even help smooth out the process because I know, what are they called? I don't even remember my own units anymore. These things, ones that I got destroyed. I know they do a lot of damage to whatever these are, which was actually a surprise to me. Okay, let me get my C77s because I actually want to see those. Hold on a second, hold out. They made this as I think it is. This event might be goated. But if this is holdouts, I do not have the resources for an actual holdout. I did not prepare for that. I was ready to just hit bases. I was not prepared for variety, and variety is amazing. Oh, it actually is holdout. Is the weakness to stuff still the same? Light armor, vehicle, unique, Z77. I want to get Z77s. I'm bringing those to the field. Let's bring in the standard holdout stuff. Got a dark storm. Ooh, got a kraken. No one's seen the kraken in a while, or not even a while, for a long time. I'm not using this thing. This thing I don't care about. What I care about is, can the older units stay viable within this event, whether it's low tier or high tier. I'll try doing high tier before this timer runs out at some point, or I could just get it through now. But I want to see, can these units potentially still be viable? And if so, how viable can they be? Because all we know now that the health isn't there. They get shredded. But the damage, that output is insane. Alright, I lied. I'm folding. I'm putting in some Z77s. But let's be honest, if you're not taking advantage of that buff, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because it's like, what? If I could remember this, it'd be great. Alright, so light armor, vehicle, unique. Light armor, vehicle, that's crucial. You can get light armor and unique, that's something. That's medium armor. That's not good for me. Which means it gets no buff. No buff is not good for me. I forgot to bring my units. Hold up. I forgot my Z77s. Well, we don't need Z77s. Z77s, overrated, overhyped. Alright, so, gonna scatter these guys around, cause why not? This is already starting off horrendous. Oh, my uniques. Okay, so this definitely started off horribly. My units basically dead, cause I forgot to send out the most crucial units. I got these things. I don't know what they do. All I know is that it's like they're that one sentinel unit that I cannot remember for some reason. They do that thing. So I want to see this guy, see if he's viable in any type of way. And to answer that, the answer is no, he does not do anything. Crap. This thing. Maybe this thing will be viable for me and actually do damage. The answer to that? No. I'm doomed on the next wave. Unless all of these things, these 5 units can clear everything for me, I'm doomed. I honestly do not see that happening. The infantry is not doing anything. Maybe they are actually doing something. Maybe it's just the weakness types that I can't even do anything towards. Cause like there's a damage reduction for not matching the weaknesses. I'm not matching it. And so I'm getting even more further penalized. Luke actually is tanky, which is something I did not expect. But this Humvee does not exist. Jericho X does not exist. Health, shredded. Damage, not optimal. Might be optimal if I'm looking at the right targets, but I'm not looking at the right targets. And I don't even know what the right targets are. But also, these random units aren't dying as fast as I thought they would. Although that one just died right there. Repair time for me. Jokes on me. This guy, I'm about to be dead. Still jokes on me. He's still alive somehow. These things actually took a bunch of damage, and I don't know where they took damage from, but it's expected because I don't know what I'm doing. Nor do I feel like knowing for the time being. However, if I played optimally, if I brought in, let's say, Zeus, or maybe even a Dark Storm, I can see myself actually going through this with ease, because, well, maybe not a Dark Storm, but maybe. Let's be honest, I have not played this for a long time, so I don't know what I'm talking about. All I know is that these things, they're still alive. That's all that matters. Older units, dead. Luke, still alive. Dealing damage? Not really. But the damage makes up for it from these guys. And I need to find something that keeps my other units alive because they do not function best alone. I'm getting wiped. I don't know what these buildings do. I don't know if they're just there to be there or if I have to actually destroy them. Seems like a whole lot of nothing. Alright. I made a holdout tune, and I didn't use it. Why? The world may never know. I could technically try and retry it. Sabotage? Incursion Alpha. Okay. Let's not retry it. Let us not retry it. If there is a repeat event, if they continue to do more of this, which they most likely will, I will try it with this platoon. Because odds are I may not change it at all, based on what I'm seeing through all this. But these losses are heavy, which is pretty frightening, I will admit. Okay, I'm about to see if this works. It's probably not gonna work, but that's fine, because why? I only got 9 hours, and I'm probably going to sleep after making this. But I want to see as much as I can, see how viable some of the units are. And from what I can see with the weaknesses, where is it? Alright, with the weaknesses, 2 of these are, say, much more newer. But then you factor in all of these, and you saw like, man, if I could remember that one tank, that one vehicle and its name, I gotta look. This is gonna drive me insane. Where is it? Phobos. Alright. Phobos, 300 damage. 44 damage per shot. They actually did, I wouldn't say the most damage, but it was a decent chunk of damage, which isn't something you'd see from a unit like those. So let's see if we can do a bit more with all this. Let's start off with this. I want to see how Z77s perform. I don't remember how to use Z77s, nor do I remember the firing, so this might be rough for me. Have move and shoot. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Game breaking revelation. Z77 sweep. There's no competition. There is no way. 0 damage. Even as I get closer. 0. Oh, I take that back. Nope, that is still 0, technically speaking. Let's see, I get hit by one of those, then it's gonna get bad. It's gonna get bad real fast. Generally speaking, these things don't even get hit if you can play them correctly. I know I'm not playing this correctly because I just want to get through this as fast as I can, to be honest, while also being able to try doing things on my own with units that I would think are no longer viable. Okay, maybe I'm deceiving myself because this is only mission track. I don't know what any of the other things offer. For all I know, I could be running into a trap. I might be baiting myself for disappointment. Who knows how good this game mode is, unless you've actually played it and have actually experimented on a deep level. What is this? Hold on. What is this? Sabotage target. What is sabotage target? Oh no. Wouldn't this be easy though? Technically speaking. Well, it's easy if you're not getting your troops blasted in the first 2 seconds. Great. Awesome. Can my tank shoot something, please? This is going horribly. This is the worst. Okay, hold on. I want to restart. I don't want whatever the heck that was. I don't know. What? Okay. That's getting obliterated. That's getting obliterated. Those definitely. What? Okay, so Z77s don't do anything. Matt definitely not doing anything. Darkstorm, I might as well get that killed. Nutcracker, I don't even know if that would do anything. So we'll send those in, put it auto, drop one of these things in. I don't know how much damage that thing does. I don't know if anything will aggro onto these, but if they do, ooh, that's right. Hold on. Okay, so I'm dead on there. Uh, toss that in. Move this guy around. Hope he stays alive. Move this guy around and hope this one actually stays alive. Drop these guys in. Don't care about that. Okay, so what we're fighting up against is time. What I need to do is get rid of those. That's bad. Bring this in. Drag the enemies back over to here. They'll handle that. While this guy runs away. Getting chased by 5 people. Sustained damage. Running into a corner where we'll slow him down. So that doesn't happen. The bomb is getting shot at. Nice. Bomb probably should have been the only thing getting shot at based on what I'm seeing with the timer. Because there's only 1 minute left. I'll need to figure something out with that. Alright, sick. This is gonna be a lot of repair time for me, but it's doable. That was the first stage. No XP? Like, to unlock tactical strikes? Wait. Restart token. What is this? Quartermaster? No. Send away. What is the purpose? I think I know the purpose. Moonskater. Getting those built. 80,000 health? Hold on. Wait, 80,000 health? How much health am I using? Those are standard units. So what I'm using, set over to Z77s. 80,000 health versus 11,000. Now if we look at the newer Corpus unit that came out recently, the free one at least, 41,000. That's double the amount of health. I'm not gonna check the damage since I'm sure there's no. This event was specifically made for those. Because for one, they're this Equinox already, so it's already one of the requirements completely done. Then you got light armor, which I'm pretty sure those are light armor, and they're very cool. They're not unique, but you got matching 3, 20 times damage output. So now I want to see something, because I don't have XP. I want XP. I want some type of XP. So we'll do this. Incursion Alpha. I'm using the most dog water units possible in the most scuffed way. What is it doable? Maybe. Is this the right target? Yes. Alright. Incursion Alpha. We see turrets, which weren't seen previously before. However, doesn't look like there's much difference. So I want to see. But the first thing I want to see, do these things track air? Or do they miss? Do they do a lot of damage? Barely does damage to that thing. Getting destroyed by that thing. Rather, that reduces range as well, so I might as well forget that I'm even using that. Hmm. Could cheese it with Zeus. But where's the fun in that? I'll cheese it only if I have to cheese it. Well, let's try and use Nova. Okay, I guess this unit is spazzing out. It's very cool. It's unique. But the charge, it's not. Even though it's gonna be doing like, what's it, 16, 10, 5 times the damage, I don't think it's going to be enough. Especially when the charge takes this long just for one unit. And while that tries to do that, I'm gonna bring these guys in. Turn this off. Let's try Met. I'm gonna stay focused on this until it's done, because I want to see if there's any difference. The overcharge won't be the main thing that I look for when it comes to this. This, I might as well just trash. Because it, even though it has all the damage modifiers on it, it's not gonna mean anything if it takes 2 minutes just to charge up against one enemy. Maybe if it's like a boss, I could maybe see it. But even then, I guarantee there are units that can shred that boss faster than 2 minutes. Alright, until that thing shoots, I'm just gonna go ahead and do the base, because that is going to take a while. Matt is not cutting it. C77s on the other hand. Oh, wait, these are the guys that don't miss their shots. Okay, that complicates things. Okay, hold on, I gotta rethink everything now. So I'm dealing with one more over here. 2, 3. Let's get unique. Because even though this doesn't meet pretty much any of the requirements, we're gonna see how this fares. And I don't remember what I have on this. Ground or air. Oh, ground apparently. Let's see how that goes. Send this guy away. See if he's gonna get obliterated. Zero damage fire. Okay. Hmm. Oh. Noticeable damage. I don't think maybe phase this. No, maybe these guys can actually do damage. Okay, maybe it's the oof, the Z77s that can do damage to it. They can do damage to this one. This thing is always never a problem, which is nice. However, I think I might be doomed in this position. So I'm gonna try and take that infantry out as fast as I can. Maybe there's an air unit that's viable. Okay. Okay, that was actually pretty fast. Unless these platforms aren't as high level as I think they are. Because they just die so they die really fast. Man, I'm going to be forever shooting at that tank. A lot of these units don't cut it. At least the few that I just tried. Those long gone. Hopefully next time I'll be able to see more with what I got. Because I will admit this is an interesting game mode, considering I'm actually able to use something as old as Zeus, and Luke can actually take hits, which is unexpected. But his damage output isn't that good. But if these base weaknesses include him as like corpus, infantry, whatever armor type he has, it's possible he could actually be goated. I don't remember how to use these. I know why I don't remember how to use these. Oh well. It's a Zeus angle. It's undeniably a Zeus angle. Okay, Zeus is definitely interesting. Seeing it actually perform, I don't know what the current standard is for the current units. Obviously, I got my other ones that are newer killed. I could probably try out the unique that they gave us for free. I'll try the unique later, actually. Not in this, but maybe in future content. Because I do want to at least try out the new faction and their units. I am bummed that they got rid of faction buffs. However, if they killed power creep with this, it's possible that the faction buffs won't even matter. Because being able to find units, the one thing I think my main gripe isn't that they may not have killed power creep completely, but they're definitely going in the right direction with all this. Because even though this is an older unit, but the problem is that even though it can perform with pretty good damage output, another thing that they are unable to do is survive. Their survivability is non-existent. As you saw with like the previous units that I used in the event, or not event, in the main track. The main track that doesn't even give XP, but the units that you can use in this, which is another thing that I'll bring up. You can use the new units in this event, and you could probably actually clear all this without even needing to bring in older units. But that's just my take without actually using the units, because me personally, I'd like to continue to use Corpus only, keep a singular playstyle. If there is more value to branching out, well, obviously there already is value in branching out because you're not restricted to just using one type of unit. But if I go into content with different units from different factions and the play styles of those units feels nice, I might actually try using them. Especially with the Equinox, because they're a new faction. It's been a long time since we've seen a new faction, and the closest we will get to that, or closest we've gotten to that, was through mercenary and unique units through Holdout. What is this? Wait, where am I spawning? I'm just getting shot at right off the bat? You know, I take it back. We're trying out the new unique right now, because that base already intimidates me. I already know my units aren't up to par with anything, and I've already restricted myself to using Corpus unit only. So I'm gonna use the new unique, see how that feels. Alright, now that the unit is arrived, let's get into this. Let's dive into what this unit can do. I don't know what it is besides being a vehicle. I don't know what type of damage output it has. So we'll use only this for this singular stage. And let's try and use it on this. It's probably a bad matchup. Oh, rockets. Oh no, it's actually a good matchup. What is that? Okay, I probably should have read what the unit does before I actually sent it in. But so far, tracking rockets, pretty fire. I don't know how much damage it's taking from all these enemies, but it's actually doing pretty good. Okay, I probably should actually avoid that one. Okay, hold up. I'm gonna send this back. I'm gonna get rid of at least some of these things, because I got rid of, oops. I got rid of some of the things that can actually potentially be issues, but since I don't remember if they're issues, there's been a lot of changes. So I truly do not know what is and what isn't going to be something like those things. They're probably gonna shred me. Although based on those not instantly shredding me, they're probably the heavier enemies, so I can pretty much be fine with this. My main issue are these smaller guys, which I do not like. Boom. Alright, that one's dead. See if I can hit this without aggroing that. Nice. Oops. Get this guy involved. I need to figure out what armor type that is, because I would like to shred that in an instant. Just feels so tanky to me. I'm just gonna send this in, let it solo this area, and let's see how that goes. Oh, it actually doesn't kill that? That's a long reload. Multi-target? Okay, so it kills these extremely fast. Faster than I would have expected. Guessing it's because they might be light. Let me see against these guys. Ooh, bad matchup. Probably the worst matchup. Oh, I'm taking damage. But against this guy, decent matchup. An optimal matchup, actually. If I'm not getting hit. Oh my goodness. Oh, it tracks. Okay, that's on me. That's my bad. I've got nothing to lose, so I'm just going to toss this out here. Hope for the best. Yeah, I did not expect it to last. It's also Pretty sure under level? No. It's like level 20 or something. After these, maybe these would do something? Nope. Not at all. That's rough. I don't think I can do any more of this. I mean, I could probably try using these guys. The Z77s. I can actually avoid. Okay, so from what I've noticed, these guys, if they fire once, you're taking that damage no matter how fast you're moving. So that's something to be wary of. Energy damage might be the thing that's needed for this. And that's not something this thing has. That's something that Zeus, the 77s, and the newer Corpus unit has. Let's see if they do well against this enemy. Pretty decent. So, oops. Okay, so I'm guessing that based on what I've seen there, these enemies, they only take damage from energy. Same with that burst, which I'm assuming that's what that does. Does nothing. Does absolutely nothing. Well, didn't think it would get a shot off. But I'm pretty sure this is heavy armor, so it doesn't actually matter if I take. Yeah, it probably doesn't even matter if I take hits from those guys. Because I'm actually able to just deal with it. And these guys, holy. If I had my Zeus alive, melted. Oh, I don't even. Hang on. Maybe this building will collapse fast if I use this. I don't know if. Nah, that doesn't do anything. Let me get rid of these guys. Oops. Maybe they'll get rid of me first. Or they'll get rid of that first. Oh, I forgot about that. Oh my goodness. Okay, burst damage is actually pretty good against buildings. I don't know what that force field is though. Rating definitely would have done me a ton of help before actually attempting this. But this is a blind attempt. This is not me actually trying. Well, I'm sort of trying, but I'm also not trying at the same time because it's like 3 a.m. my time at the moment. And so I kind of want to go to bed as soon as possible. But so far, it doesn't seem like this event is bad. And it seems pretty well designed for what it is. And I know not a lot of people, well, actually, there will be instances where not a lot of people will have a certain thing, but at the same time, this event gives you, what was it, 5 free units? That is actually a lot. Before they gave you 2 units, which is it can help at times, but when you got 5 units, that is a considerable amount of power that you are dropping out on enemy units. That is a considerable force that you can use to divide and conquer. Because with 2 units, there's only so much you can do. But with 5, you can overwhelm an enemy. You can split up your teams, take out areas simultaneously, and not have to wait too long. And then on top of that, you have older units that can potentially be viable. I don't know if they will reach out to older faction units from like generation 3, 4, or anything like that. But with the buffs that are much more generalized, they can actually improve the overall gaming experience in this event. It adds variety to what you can use. You can mix in more units. But my gripe currently is where if you want to use older units, they will be squishy. They will fold under pressure in an instant. and it's probably by design that that occurs. And it is possible that as time goes on and more units are added, we will have a much more varied pool of units to pull from that can deal damage and survive at the same time. But as of right now, even though I'm only corpus only, I'm sure there's quite a few units that you can actually use and mix and match. However, currently with Equinox, there are the Moon Skaters and the new unique. The new unique, in my opinion, doesn't seem as bad as I thought it would be, considering it's free. And free uniques, those are some of, I wouldn't say some of the best, but they're hit or miss. The What is this tank called actually? This new Equinox unique, Meteor Storm. It is pretty. It is a pretty balanced unit. I'm not gonna lie. It is pretty balanced, or at least it may seem balanced because of all the balance changes they made in the past few months that I seem to have missed out on, such as armor typing, weapon changes, weapon types, and now currently with the buffs that they applied during this event. This event, I'm I'm going to be honest, this event killed power creep. Single-handedly killed power creep and allows players to actually, this is the most player-friendly event that has been added to the game. Because not only do you have 5 tracks, me personally, I'd prefer if there was more tracks to deal with, because I don't really like going through the same base over and over and over again. However, this is a good step into the direction for War Commander. 5 tracks in the main track that gives the player 5 of the new unit to actually complete the content, or even gives you a chance to complete the content, and allows you to move further with what you have than something like skirmish or what's PvP. Yeah, that one other PvP, and I don't even remember what it's called. But those two, if you don't have those units required for those things, you cannot complete the event at all. You got no chance. Even if they gave you some of the free units needed to complete those, it's probably not gonna be enough. You won't be able to get something that's like released last month. And even if you do get something, it's probably gonna be like 1 or 2. You still need XP for the tech, the skins if you want any, the heroes. If I could remember what's in those events, I could probably name out more, but you miss out on a lot. And by the time you're caught up, those things expire. Those things are not doing you any good by the time you're actually trying to complete it again with your more quote unquote leveled up stuff, because it's probably going to be moved on to the newest stuff already. And you won't really get that chance again. But with this event, you get 5 of the newer units. You actually have a chance with this 100,000 XP. If you check the store, it's not actually that bad. You can still get more of these. All it takes is 2 attempts. You got this again, which is pretty nice. Let me rephrase that. Never mind. This is a player friendly event. 300,000 XP. That is a lot of XP for 3 bases. 3 bases that you can easily do. Well, I wouldn't say easily do, but they're doable. Even if you get injured, even if you use older units, 300,000 XP can actually get you items, especially on a stage or a track that requires you to do quite a bit. And perhaps next time I'll start the event earlier, do the tactical track, I think that's what it was called, and I will actually try to see if it's worth doing. I don't know what is in the tactical track, and my units are already dead, so can't really even try even if I wanted to. But so far, if Kixeye continues to go in this direction to improve the game, PvE might not be as bad I as it once was. It is still pretty rough in some other game modes such as Sector Breach and Skirmish, I think. Those two I I don't really want to touch due to those things being extremely limiting. And if you're new to the game, you probably would not like those game modes. But overall, this event, I'd say it's a good 7 out of 10. It can be improved. There is a lot of things that I believe can be changed to add a much more better experience. But I think this will be the start of where I give critical feedback, my thoughts on the game and its current state, and perhaps I'll go into in-depth reviews on units. Rather than just sticking to Corpus, I will expand my horizons, try out newer units, try out different combinations, maybe play some of them without their tech, because although I want to get back into this game, I don't want to invest into something that is gonna just get steamrolled. Although if the tech is actually valuable, where it's not like plus 20% damage, minus 20% damage taken, I will invest into that unit. And another thing to clarify, I want to enjoy this game. This game can be amazing, but the path the game was heading before was not something I wanted to experience. I want to experience this direction that they're now heading into. Because so far from what I've seen, things have been actually improving. You can actually use older units. You can obtain newer units a bit more easier than you could before. And you can actually complete content. I don't know how well the units will last outside of this event, and I'm hoping they will be able to last. But as of right now, from what I've seen, this event has killed power creep. Power creep does not exist in this game. Or, well, it exists in this game, but not this event specifically. I don't know what the event is called, but I want to see more of this. I want to see more of this. I don't know if this is the main event, but I want to see more of all of this. It is, I wouldn't, it's only been my first attempt, so I can't really say it's been the most fun I've had, but it's definitely repetitive. However, you have a lot to experience with the variety of units that you can use. But if there is, if this comes back again in the same format for a different event, I will play it. And I will see it to its best and its worst, and I will judge it. And I will give it my brutal, honest opinion on this. And whatever the next event is, I'm going to experience it and judge it accordingly as a returning player. Because if it's worth returning, I will let you guys know if it's worth returning. But if it's not worth returning, I will judge the event, say what needs to be improved, ask how you guys feel about it, and we'll see where we go from there. Will this path that Kixeye choose benefit the players in the long run, or is it just another facade of improvements that will need to be worked on for a long time? I'm unsure how they'll continue to improve, but based on the things that I've seen in Friendly Fix's messages or his posts to the community, they seem extremely reasonable. Things that we've wanted, such as the base layout saves. If we get more of that, more openness from the devs and what's being worked on, there is a chance because the community is where it all begins. If the community doesn't like the direction the game is going, the game will tank. If you respect the community, you respect the game, you respect what's going on, you can take a game extremely high with what you've got. But if you don't listen to the players, don't listen to the feedback, you just end up with a mess. And a lot of people will leave pretty fast, especially if it's the direction that screws over the player the most. But that's all I have to say. Let me know in the comments below what you think. Peace.